Hello Aries, this is Inspire 2016 with your monthly reading for the month of February 2018, focusing on your career and work life. So I hope that you have a good month so far for the month of January. So without further ado, let's see what is in store for you for next month. So the first card for you representing the present position or towards the beginning of the month, you have the Four of Hearts. So this card for me, it looks like that you have some kind of like a waiting kind of situations that are happening in your life. There might be some kind of stagnations happening in terms of your career life towards the beginning of the month. For some of you who might be looking for a new job, so there might be some kind of delay as well in terms of the company that are hiring you to give you the feedback or the results of the let's say the interview process and things like that. You might not get the feedback or the messages straight away from them in the beginning of the month. It looks like also you might be a little bit having kind of like scattered emotions or scattered kind of thinking that you don't know, or you cannot even decide what to do or what need to be done in your life. But I see there are some kind of endings as well for some of you in the past. But let's see what is the past card for you with regards to that matter as well. But I do see some kind of endings for some of you as well, and that's the reason why you are quite indecisive. You don't know what to do. You're just feeling confused as well. It doesn't mean that you are bored, by the way, but the thing is that you just don't know what to do with your life. It's kind of like a limbo kind of situations that you don't really know exactly what you want and what you do need, in the next I don't know, in this month, possibly in the month of February. So the next card that you have representing the influence card or the bridge cards toward the middle of the month, you have another four, which is the Four of Diamonds. So this card suggested that you may have to somehow save money in the month of February. Towards the middle of the month, there might be quite a big expenditure coming your way in the month of February, and you may have to save some money for those expenditures or those expenses. So it does look like that you may have to keep some of your expenditure low, so that you can have enough money for yourself to pay for, let's say, for the bills and to pay for your foods and for the rent and all of those stuff that has to be has to be done, has to be paid, like something that is necessary. So try to be conservative towards your spending, and also try to not to spend a lot on the things that you don't really need. So try to be selective on the way you try to manage your money. Other than that, I do see that also this card indicates that if you have been in the unstable kind of situations in the past, and possibly towards the middle of the month of February, you may be able to finally stabilize your finances, stabilize your career as well. It doesn't have to be that you lost your job or some kind of that, but for some of you may be happening. It doesn't have to be the case for everybody, but I do see for a number of Aries people also encountering those endings in the past. That's what I repeating myself in the beginning. So I do see that this card can be representative of new ventures or a new kind of a career solution for you that give you more stability or more balance into your life in terms of your career as well. So let's see the next card that you have representing the past positions. You have the Two of spades. So this two of spades indicates that there was some kind of choices you have to make in the past. Possibly if you have been deciding, let's say for instance, to end the relationships, or it can be also to end the jobs that you have worked for quite a long time. Possibly it's been a struggle for you and it doesn't really giving you any sort of good type of results in some way, and you just want to be done with that and just move on with the whole situation. So that's why this card come out, that because you do have a lot of passions, but somehow those that job, it doesn't really represent your passions, and that's why you have to make a decision. So the sooner you make the decision, the better or the outcome would be. Because for instance, if you have been in the limbo kind of situations, and then not making those decisions will prolong those type of limbo situations for a longer period of time. So it's just better to make a decisions so that everything will be happening faster than ever before. So try to be practical and also grounded as well. That is something that I sense is for you, and it just looks like that you have to be very practical and also to the point what you really want, and you should know what you want in this point in time. So the next card that you have representing the things that you learned from the past, you have the Jack of Diamond. So this Jack of Diamond representing good news in the past that you learned, that you may have a lot of good feedback from your employer. For instance, if you get a pay rise for some of you, or you may also get a promotions if you have been working quite hard. Other than that, for some of you, it can also be representing some kind of a new job offer. If you have been trying to get into a new sort of company or organization, some sort of way. For other of you, can be also if you have been applying for course or school, you may get finally you get admissions for that program or those type of courses that you are intended to enroll. Those type of thing can be quite a happy, joyous type of messages that you are hoping for. So the next card that you have representing the things that you need to let go from the past, you have the 10 of Hearts. So as always, the 10 is always the completions number, and that's the highest number that you can get. So this indicates that in some certain ways, like people that are in your life that may not be there again for you. This indicates like a best friend or your partner, or it can also be your parents. So you may have to leave them because you have to relocate for the new jobs, or you may have to leave them because you have to go somewhere else for getting those type of job or something along those lines. Or it can be the other way around, like if your partner get a new job and she or he has to relocate in order to proceed with that job. And that's also something that indicates here that you may have to let go some of the people that you love in the month of February, or maybe in the past as well, if it is already happening in your life. Remember, there was also there will be a full moon lunar eclipse by the end of January, so that could also be indicative of some of the people may also leaving your life as well. So the next card that you have representing the future card, or towards the end of the month, you have the 3 of Diamonds. So this 3 of Diamonds indicates some kind of collaborations or some kind of I would say new ventures or new projects or new kind of jobs if you haven't got any jobs or you are hoping to get hired. So by the end of the month you possibly get a good news for that, and you may be able to finally closing the deals or closing the you get a jobs in some way in the end, by the end of the month of February. So, and also one thing that you have to be careful here is that sometimes when you do realize that you have those potential in your career life, you should not just keep it secret or whatever the case may be. You have to show it up. You have to you have to explain. You have to explore those kind of skills or those type of abilities that you have, and expose them to the employer, so that the employer know that you are capable of doing this, rather than just keeping it to yourself. And also you have to be flexible also to collaborate with certain people, and you may also will be learn a lot from those people that you are collaborating with as well, which is very good. So the last card for you, representing the clarifying card, at the bottom of the deck you have the 5 of Spades. So although the other card looks positive, but this card also doesn't have to be negative as well. The thing is that this card indicates some kind of conflicts or some kind of disagreement with some of the people around you, possibly because of, like, say, something like ideas that doesn't even match, or even like if you are going outside the norm. Like, for instance, if you are doing something that are outside the rules of the company, for instance, then there might be triggering some kind of conflicts. So that's something that you want to avoid as well. So the message here, or the guidance here, is that you should not do the things that are not correct, or something that are not acceptable with the society in general. So you have to be careful on the action that you take on whatever you want to make, so that you can be just be as usual as it is, and be normal as the people around you perceive you as well. So I think overall it's quite a positive month of February, and I believe that you will be able to cope with whatever endings or decision that you have to make in the month of January as well. So I hope this reading is helpful for you, and if you like the reading, just click like, and if you haven't subscribed already, just click subscribe, and see you next month. Thank you.